Alakazam, All Horse Think. All right, this is from Gulfstream Park, Thursday, December 22nd, 2022. Gulfstream Park. Look at the tickets and the finishes here. 8-horse card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry. 9-horse field. Let's double check. Yep, 9-horse. Rather, 9-race. 9-race card today. So race one's on the left. See, as you can see, the finishes, we got 85-34. Race two was 57-31. Race three was 41-65. Race four was 58-13. Race 5 was 67-45. Race 6 was 18-23. Race 7 was 13-47. Race 8 was 10-3, 8-7. And race 9 was 42-86. So we did see a 57 here on the top of race 2. It's always a nice championship type of number. 65 on the bottom of the card in race 3. 65 is a big Florida number. So it is the AARP state. Retire at 65. Race 4, we had 58 over 13. 5 to 67, 45. So 45, nice square number there. Race 6, we got the 18 on top. Again, that's a good lucky number there. We did see a 13 on the bottom here in race 4, and now we got a 13 on the top of race 7. So bottom of 4, top of 7. We got a 13 coming through. We got old lucky 47 on the bottom of race 7 here. Race 8, we got 10-3, which is effectively like another 13 because the zeros and all values. So we've got 3 13s on the card on this on the cards on this 9 race day. 87 on the bottom there on race 8. And then we finally got a 42 on the top in race 9. So we do have a 42 played on the top and an 86 below it. So we saw 147 at the bottom. We saw this 74 in the middle here of the 6. So we saw 47 on the bottom, 74 tucked into the middle. We did see a 42 on top in the last one, as I said. And then, of course, we saw 65 on the bottom. And we saw an 18 on the top today. So those were probably the easiest ones to pick, the 18, the 42. And, of course, the 47 was on the bottom. So we just paid a couple small ones. I don't know if I feel like if it's going to be valuable to go through all the cards, but let's take a look here. So this was one. So we had going across horizontally, that made first place 8, 5, 4, 5, 6, 1, 1, 10, 4. So effectively you've got like a 1, 1, 10, 4 here at the end. 8, 5, we got 45, that's a square deal. 56. Second row, second place, we had 5, 7, 1, 8, 7, 8, 33, 2. So 57, 18, 78, 33, 2. Third place line, we had 33. So you got the 33s coming in twice on the card. Horizontally, that's cute. 33, 61, 42, 48, 8. So and 42 and 48 showing up horizontally there in the third place line. And then the fourth place line, we had 41, 53. I got 53 twice. That's cute. 41, 53, 53, 77, and 6. So that's how it showed up horizontally. If we look here at the race 6 card, or race 5 card, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Um, let's see what we got here. Actually, just to spring up the bets. So let's see. I just played a little pick 4. I got the 56 on that card from right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The pick 4 started on race 2, so I did have that pick 6 right there. Just out of sheer luck. I was just betting the lucky numbers. And the late pick 4 had nothing. Had one from a scratch on this pick 6. Had the 5 horse on this early pick 5 as well. I think that's an early pick 5. An early pick 5, race 1. The early pick 5. 3, 5. Yep, and there was the 5 there. So we had that. So that's all we had for the day. Let's take a look at the payouts real quick, see if anything was good. Race 1. Say 85.34 on race 1. 7.43. And $2.10 for the show. $10 exacta, $8 try. $4.10 superfecta. Nothing but faves coming in, it looks like, for the most part. There's a look at the horses. We had Miguel Vasquez, Jose Ortiz Jr. in this one for the big boys. Luis Saez had him out here. So, again, 85.34. 85.34, Lionel Reyes got the win. Luis Saez was in the place. Jose Ortiz was in third. And Edwin Gonzalez was in the fourth. All right. Very nice. Let's go to race 2. All right, what else we got here? All right, this one was 57.31. Let's see what we got here. $7, $2.60, and $3.20. $7 exacta, 10-cent try, or rather, $10, 50-cent trifecta, $3.81 on the 10-cent super. It's 57.31. Let's see what we had for the jockeys here. None of the big boys. One of the big boys in there. So we got Miguel Vasquez and probably Jose Morelos is the second most known. What did we say? This was 57.31. So Kevin Krieger got the win on the 5 horse there. Miguel Vasquez, the national jock, he got the second place. And 57.31, Luca Panisi got third, and Jose Morales got fourth. So that was Jose Kruger, then Vasquez, and Panisi, and then Morelos on the winners there. 57.31 was the finish. Those are the jockeys. Pretty much faves. We had the 2 faves right here, 5-2 and 6-5, and had a 12-1 in there on the third place. And then another 2-1 on the first place. So even the trifecta, though, even with that 12-1 in there, was still only a $10 payout, $10.45. All right, that was race 2. This is race 3. Is 41. 41.65 on this one. 360, $3.240 on the win, place, and show. Dollar Exacta paid $4.80. 50-cent Try paid $6.80. 10-cent Superfecta paid $6.22. Again, a lot of short odds here. A lot of short odds, not a big payouts here. Easy as ABC. That's cute on the horse name. Mouse Fast. Sayax. Aldo's Dream. Okay. All right, let's look at the horses now. Again, this 41.65. 41.65. 4 was the fave. Easy as ABC. That was Paco Lopez on that one. Luis Saez, national rider here, got the place on the one horse. And Lionel Reyes was on the 6, and Jesus Rios was on the 5, right? That was 41.65, we said. 41.65. 41.65. So local riders, except for the second place horse, Luis Saez did get a second place in here. He's a national rider. Otherwise, we had some local guys. Had Miguel Vasquez was on 7, but he fell out of the winning places. Jamie Torres, Parrish. So basically, you had Saez and Miguel Vasquez on this one. Saez got second, and Vasquez on horse 7 fell to 5th place, so he was out of the placements. And not big payers on race 3. Race 4. Race 4, we're looking at payouts, win $4, $8.20 on the place bet, so that's a nice hit. $3 on the show bet. Dollar Exacta paid $13.20. 50-cent Trifecta paid $20.95, and the 10-cent Super paid $8.66. All right, let's look down to see what we had for the jocks and the riders. So we said that was 58-13 on the winning card here. Big riders in this, we got, let's see, Junior Alvarado's in this one on the 2-horse. Local rider. Luis Saez is on the 5. Leroy Nelson, haven't heard that name before. Another local there, Jamie Torres, and on this one. So the biggest two are Junior Alvarado and Luis Saez. So, and I've forgotten the numbers again already. 58-13. 58-13. So that was Saez on the winner here. So the national jock gets the win. 58-13. Got Jamie Torres was on the second place. Morales was on the third place on the 1. And Lionel Reyes was on the 4th place. 58. Let me double check it again. Yep, 58-13. 58-13. 58-13. And so Junior Alvarado not in the money. He was on the 2-horse. Junior Alvarado rode his mount to a last place. Again, we had 58-13 there. 58 was short odds. 8-5 moved to 1 probably because of the jockey. Boy, that was a big one there. 58-13. That was 19-1 on the 2-horse on the 8 with Jamie Torres. 13 was 7-1, or rather, horse 1 was 7-1. Horse 3 was 5-2. Wow, 58-13. So that was a big hitter on the. So you had a 1-1, and then you had a 19-1 for the second horse, but so that made the exacta 13-20. It seemed like that exacta paid a little short, meaning that was a 19-1, but on the exacta pool, it must have been, the money must have been spread differently. Must have been a little shorter. But needless to say, that's it. The 50-cent try paid $20. And again, it was short on the superfecta because the fave came in last too. All right, 58-13 was the look at that one in race 4, Gulfstream Park, December 22nd, Thursday, 2022. Let's look at race 5. All right, win was 1860. Place was 1340. Show was $3.20. Got the dollar exacta paid $119. Good Lord, 50-cent try 345, and the 10-cent superfecta was $1.59. So this was the big one that made the money today. Blew everybody out of their morning pick fives because of all the faves not coming in, and you know, of course, you know. Of course, as you see it there, Mohawk 56. I had that one. Had that one out of dumb luck. Mohawk 56. Had it. That's how you why you pick the lucky numbers. Had the 56 this time, and it wasn't because I handicapped them. It was because I picked the lucky numbers. Mohawk 18-1. Again, these are the big payouts. So Mohawk, Journeyman, Principal, Stan, and Border Town. Let's take a look at the jockeys here. We know this was the big money maker and the big money taker for all the dummies who are handicapping traditionally. Let's see what the jockeys played in here. This was a bigger field here. We had a 9-horse race with 1 scratched. The 8 was out. So 1 to 7 and the 9 horse were the horses in play. Luis Saez was on the 1. Tyler Gaffalione was on the 2. Irad Ortiz Jr., the Big Daddy, the Tom Brady, was on 4. Little brother of Ortiz, Jose Ortiz Jr., was on the 5. Miguel Vasquez was on the 7. So we had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the biggest riders in the world here for the local winter race at Gulfstream Park today. And again, we said the winners were 67-45, square deal all around. Let's see how they did it. So 67 was Mohawk, and again, this was the big upset, and it was actually a local jock, Admisil Yaramillo. Admisil Yaramillo won that one. Was at 67. We had Miguel Vasquez on the second place horse, the 7. 45 was Irad Ortiz Jr. So the Tom Brady, he manages to eke out a third place finish on a horse that was a morning line of 9-5. So that was the line setter's second fave going off. The first fave was the 7-2 on the 5 horse, and then your morning line fave, the 7-2. Was Border Town, ridden by brother of Ortiz, Jose Ortiz, and he came in 4th. So the Ortiz brothers come in 3rd and 4th with the horses 4 and 5 respectively. 6, 7, 4, 5. Let's go back up to the top. 6, 7, 4, 5. The other odd thing about this, it's all the horses at the bottom, at the outside, away from the rail. There's one more. The outside finisher was the 9, didn't come in, but basically the 1, 2, and 3 got left in. So it was all the outside horses came in together. I'm sure, no doubt, that was a rigged race. But a lot of money being taken. Maybe we'll come back and try and look at that afterwards. Let's continue and look back at, let's look at race 6 and see what we had there next. We can go through the money here. All right, race 6 was 1823. Payouts win $960, $360 for the place, $7 for the show. Let's look at the jocks to see. So, not bad. It's a 5-1 winner, I guess. Dollar exact paid 21, so it's pretty good. 50-cent try played $59. The 10-cent super paid $54. All right, let's go down and see. Again, 1823. We had an 8-horse field, no scratches. 1823, 8-horse field, no scratches. We had, let's see, Paco Lopez, 18. Paco Lopez on the winning horse. The 8-horse was number 2. I had Irad Ortiz Jr. on the second place there. And what do we say this was? 1823. So Paco Lopez on the 1. Irad Ortiz on the 8 in second place. Third place was the 2-horse Lionel Reyes. He gets a good ride there. The 3-horse was, a 25-1 hit, Winooski, and that was Jamie Torres. Other big national jocks, Tyler Gaffalione was in there on the 4-horse. He got left for dead. Nothing going on there. The 7-horse was Luis Saez. So 4 and 7. 4 and 7. 7 came in last place with Saez, and 4-horse with Tyler Gaffalione came in 6th. So, but again, 1823, Irad Ortiz Jr. gets a second place. So, what else were we going to look at here? Where was the money at? 18 was a fave. See, so we had the 1 and the 8 were fave, 7-2 and 2-1. But then he had 2 solid. This was a good one to have, the superfecta. We had a 14-1 in the third place and a 25-1 in the fourth place. So the 2 and the 3 were 14 and 25-1 respectively. So oddly enough, that was still a pretty good exacta though, because I guess that's a 3. I don't know how that exacta was high. There was a very big difference between the winning pool and the exacta pool on this. For that to have paid $21. $21 on a dollar ticket. If those were their win bets, that would have been a 7-2. Would have been 3.5 times 2, which would be basically like 7-1 on their win percentages if they played together, but they paid 21. So obviously, I don't know. Somebody knew something. That's a big that's a big discrepancy between their win values and whatever the exacta pool was. Again, as you can see, it went off at 7-2 for horse 1, and it went off at 2-1 for race 8. So 2 times 3.5 is 7. So that, based on their win bets, that would have been a $7 exacta, not a 21. So there was big differences on the street of how they felt about those horses in the exacta pool. Makes you wonder what's going on. $54 seems very short to me on that 10-cent superfecta, based on the fact that allegedly on these winning pool payouts we had a 14 and a 25, so these must have been a lot shorter on the exacta pools. But anyway, some obvious discrepancies there. All right, let's go to race 7 now. For race 7, this one we had the 1347. We got old unlucky 13 and lucky 47. Payouts for the win was $540. Place was $10. So it's a big place bet there. Big payout. Show bet was $3, so that's basically a fave. Let's take a look here. Exacta paid $42.50 for the dollar exacta. 50-cent try paid $96 and $73 on the 10-cent superfecta. All right. Let's go look at the horses. Look again. It was 1347. Lucky 1347. All right, 13. 1 was a fave, 8-5. 13 was 18-1. So we got Luis Saez comes from behind there. National jock to get a second place on a 12-1 morning line. We said 1347, 5-1 on the 4. Got Miguel Vasquez, and the 7 was Paco Lopez on an 8-1 horse. Let's look at the big jocks. So first, Tyler Gaffalione was on the 1. Irad Ortiz Jr. was on the 2, so he's out of the finish places. He fell out. The 3 was Luis Saez. So on your 13, you got the 2 big national jocks, Gaffalione and Saez on the 1 and 2, and then it was 1347. Miguel Vasquez was on the 4, and then local rider Paco Lopez was on the 7. You also had Junior Alvarado on the 6. He didn't get in the top 4. And Jose Ortiz was also in this race on the 9, and he didn't get in the top places there. So, again, big hitter here, 8-5, See, was that the going off? So the favorite came in on top, the odds-on favorite at 8-5. It was also the line setter's morning line favorite. So the line setter calls this one correct. It was a 2-1 ML and went off at 8-5. I'm sorry. It was the line setter's second fave. The line setter's first fave was the 2 horse that Irad Ortiz jocked. It was a 7-5 morning line, and the on the 2 horse. The 1 horse was a 2-1 morning line. So the line setter's second place came in first. So, and his first place had Irad Ortiz Jr. and what a shocker, got dumped. So they did the old upside down flop and dumped the shortest horse out of the race to pay the big money like they love to do. We've seen that gag many a times. All right, so 13, and we had again the 47. 4 was a 5-1, the 7 was an 8-1. So again, that made for they had a heavy fave here with Irad Ortiz Jr. Driving that down to 8-5 to tied favorites, 2 8-5s, one with Gaffalione and one with Ortiz, and that was also a Todd Pletcher horse for the trainer. So people took Irad Ortiz, took a beating on this race, and I imagine there were quite a few. All right, 1347 was the race 7. That's the story. Again, $42 exacta, nice hit. That show was that second place horse that was the big hitter in there for the long odds. $96 try. All right, the super high 5. Daily Devils, look at that. Let's take a look at race 8 now. Race 8, Gulfstream Park, Thursday, December 22nd, 2022. We're looking at race 8 now. So this one came in 10-3-8-7 or 10-3-87. $25 on the first place, big one, big long shot there. $10 on the place bet, $5 on the show. So this had to be another enormous payer here. We got $145 exacta, $446 50-cent trifecta, and the $277 on the 10-cent super. We had a number of horses in this race. This was a 10-horse field, no scratches. No, this was a 12-horse field, 2 scratches, the 11 and 12 scratch. So we got horses 1 through 10 here. See if we can fit them all on the screen. Tyler Gaffalione was on the 1. Irad Ortiz, National Jock, was on the 3. Luis Saez was on the 5 horse. Jose Ortiz was on the 7. So we had the 3 of the big national jocks plus the local guys. All right, this was again 10-3-8-7. Let's see. There's that 10 horse. That 10 horse was Lionel Reyes. So I think that's the second victory I've seen for him today. That's full disclosure, was a horse that was 11-1 coming in for Lionel Reyes. 10-3. The 3 was Irad Ortiz Jr., so he gets a second with Meet Me in Kingston on a 10-1. So 10-1 and 11-1 on the top of the card. And what do we say? That was 10-3-8-7. Can't remember now. 10-3-8-7, Chief Mischief. 10-3-8-7. 8 was Chief Mischief as a 7-1 with Amicio Yaramillo. And the Jose Ortiz got a 4th here on Not Far Now, spelled not P-H-A-R, now, cute. Not par now. That was a 3-1. So that was your shortest. Your morning line favorite was 1, the Detroit Rock City. So they flopped that for the 10, so they could still keep their, they could still keep their 1 theme going on there. What do we say? It was 1387 again. I keep forgetting. 1387, but they did it 1087. So we've seen that gag before too. Your morning line fave. They still did the same numerology because the 0's a null value, but they put the 10 in for the 1. That was Tyler Gaffalione, and I'm sure the street lost their shirt on that deal. Went off as a 9-5, so that's 2.2-1 on that deal. That was the biggest fave, and that was the morning line fave, was that 1 that got dropped out of the top 4 places. The full disclosure, again, went in first. the line setter second place was the 7 horse going off at 9-2 morning line and went off at 3-1. And again, this was 1387. So that horse came in fourth. So they didn't have to pay any win, placed, or show on that either. And that's how you make the money. When we said it was 11, the 3 horse went off at 10-1, 10, 13, and then of course the 8 was 7-1. 8 probably had some takers because it was the street like that. It was a 10-1 that moved the 7 on that City Mischief, but I mean they obviously didn't pay on the 1, didn't pay on the 2, didn't pay win, place, or show on the 3. So a lot of money made by the track on this one, I'm sure. Again, this was 10, 3, 8, 7, race number 8. Big payers on this one. $1.45 for the exacta, $4.46 for the 50-cent try, and $2.77 for the 10-cent super. Win was $25, place was $10.60, and show was $5. So let's go to the last race, number 9. See what they did here. See if the fave train came in. No, big hitter on the top of this card too. So this one came in $42.86, $17, $2 ticket on the win bet, $3.80 on place, so not much there, $2.60 on show. So heavy faves came in second and 2. So it was a $7 on that $2 win ticket though for the race. $42.86 again was the coming in. Dollar exact to pay $26, $31.50 trifecta, $22 on the 10-cent superfecta, and $42.86. Lucky 42 on this one. Always a good number at the top. This was an 8-horse race, no scratches. $42.86. We just saw $13.87 or $10.87. Now we got a $42.86. National jockeys: Irad Ortiz Jr., Junior Alvarado. Ooh, Victor R. Fernandez. I think he's an older national guy that doesn't go out as much. I'll have to look him up. Luis Saez. So there's your top 3 guys: Ortiz, Alvarado, and Saez. And on this one, and then the local guys today. We said 42.86. So on the 4 horse, we got Jose Morales gets the victory. That's a 7-1. Morning line faves. Morning line faves. This 8 horse right here with Luis Saez on a 2-1. Went off at 2-1. Line setter second fave was the 2 horse at 5-2. Went off at 5-2. Mr. American. The other one was Bernardo's Legacy. Junior Alvarado was on the second morning line fave. The third fave on the morning line was this number 1 horse piloted by Irad Ortiz Jr. So again, we said this one off 42. This came in 42.86. So 4. So 2, so the line setter did pretty good here. The line setter second fave goes in second. We got an upset on the first one, 4-2. 8 was the fave, came in third, so they flip flop there, and 7 was an 8-1, right? That was what it was. 42. No, I'm sorry. It's 42.86, not 42.87. 42.86. 86 was a 6-1 morning line. Went off 10-1. So 4, 2, 8, and 6. 7-1, 5-2 on the second place horse. The favorite came in third at 2-1, and a 10-1 horse came in fourth, so that's a big deal on that one. That's 42.86, and that's how that looked. Let's see how the late pick 5s and stuff looked on here as well. So we did the exacta superfecta. Pick 3. So the pick 4 100. We had here 100. This would have been the late pick 4. We had, the late pick 4 paid $2,124, and that's because we had that monster upset last race, plus this was a 17-1. The pick 5, 4 or 5 paid $100. Wow, did the pick 5, if you got all 5 paid $9,465, and the pick 6, pick 6 of 6. 6 of 6 was 14,913. Pick 6 carryover. So nobody won. It looks like. So they're carrying over $37,000. 37,660 cents. Cute. 37.66. Yeah, I love it. I'm sure they're playing games with the money on these. God only knows how this pool money's being accounted for by the state regulator. I don't know. Pick 5. I don't know how they do the horizontal bets or who's regulating it. Again, the pick 5 paid $9,446. I'd like to know if there was any winners to that, or how many there were. All right, let's go back to race 6 and look at those horizontal bets there as well. I think that was race. What do we need? Race 6 here. It's race 4, race 5. Where'd the horizontals come in? All right, so we're at race 5 right now. So race 5 did have the early pick 4. Race 5 have the early pick 4 here. Pick 4, 4 of 4 paid $44. We have the faves. 5 of 5 only paid $145. Gee, what a difference. That late pick 5 paid, what did we just say, $1,000 for the late pick 5? Late pick 5, 5 of 5 paid, oh my God, late pick 5, 5 of 5 paid $9,000. $9,446. The early pick 5, 5 of 5 paid $145. 4 of 5 paid $3 and 30 cents. Jeepers, what a difference! All right, let's go to race 6 now and see what the. Let's see. Oh, I guess that was all of them. Okay, so race 5 had the pick 5 and boy, this thing just doesn't really fucking with me here, isn't it? Didn't want to get on the right thing. Race 4. All right, this is race 5. So race 5 had the pick 4, so it means the pick 4 started on the second race and the pick 5 started on the first. Okay. So that was big. This is super high 5 carryover, 3,136. Nobody won the super high 5. I don't really play that one. I still have to look for that. Start checking those numbers too. They seems pretty suspect. But the carryover, $37 carried over for the pick 6. And some of that, I know there's a lower pool too, because I think there's a pick 6 with, well, it's 20-cent pick 6. Maybe there's no pay 5 of 6 on that one. All right, well, that's a look at what we had on Thursday, December 22nd, 2022, Gulfstream Park in Florida. Some craziness going down. Again, we had this race 7 here, $145 exacta, 25-1, big one that blew everybody out of the horizontal and vertical bets there. Big payouts there, $400 50-cent trifecta. That was race 8, was probably the story of the day in the second half. Then the first half, we had a lot of faves in the first half. Second faves coming in. First two races were 7-1 payouts, so they were contested. Faves in race 3, faves in race 4 at the top of the card. And then in race 5, and of course in race 5 they had a big 18-1 at the top on the Mohawk, which I had but didn't help. But still, that's the way it looked. Huge upsets in the later second half of the day as well. Again with that race 8 and race 9. Race 9, the top of the card. The final race of the day was a 17-1, so that was a long shot there too. All right, we'll wrap it up. We'll do this again, track some more bets and finishes another time.